Hi, my name's Adam. I like making music for film and TV from my bedroom. Let me show you a track I was fortunate enough to get placed in Bondi Rescue recently. Let's have a listen. Alright, I think you get the idea. And that's kind of the point. So as soon as I hit play, you hear that guitar and you have the vibe already. You know what the track's going to be. And you can kind of tell the references from this were sort of that mid 2000s soft rock, kind of like what all the radio hits were sounding like at that time. You had U2, Coldplay, Snow Patrol, The Temper Trap, that sort of clean guitar sound with lots of delay, that pretty specific drum sound, kind of roomy and compressed. The pick, I thought about pick bass for this. I think it suited. And anyway, so how this came about was sometimes in the production music world, you do single tracks for certain things, or you do whole albums for certain things. And in this case, the publisher was asking for a whole album. So not only this track, but there was another, I think it's 10 tracks, another 9 tracks in this similar style. So I made sure I kept the drum sound the same for all 10 tracks, the bass sound, the guitar sound. I really tried to make it cohesive for the whole album. So if they like this song, they're likely to grab a few more tracks from the album. And in fact, there is a few more tracks from this album in Bondi Rescue as well. This is just probably the most prominent one that they've used a couple of times. And hopefully it's helpful to dive in, break down some of the elements, and maybe that'll help you make some tracks that get placed. Let's have a look at the drums first. So I'll just solo them out. Yeah, so really roomy, very washy cymbals. I've spoke about this before, but I like to, for that rim shot sound, I like to use overlay some samples. So you can hear that the crack of the snare is actually coming from this sample. Yeah. And then what's this snare? More of a bish sound. And then here's my actual snare. Yeah, still rim shotting, but with a lot of muffling because I didn't want to get a lot of the nasty room reflections happening because I'm in a bedroom, so the samples were helpful. And there's some, if you look here, there's a bit of reverb and like parallel compression, a little bit of distortion on some of those snares and things. So that's the drums and the bass. I'm pretty sure it was pick bass. Let's have a listen. Yeah, that's definitely pick bass. You know, just normal sort of bit of saturation on there, bit of EQ, bit of compression, bit of parallel compression, a little bit of chorus actually, which is kind of a thing, right? In that sort of era, pick bass with a bit of chorus, kind of like a grunge bass sound, I guess. Okay, let's look at the guitars. You heard that the intro it's like a 335 style guitar, and there's some reverb and there's some delay, and I think it's a space echo. Yes, it is space echo. Let's listen again. strat comes in there, also with a bit of delay and reverb. And, you know, it's building, and then we start rocking out here. And worth mentioning, the guitar's not quite hard panned. They're like left and right. I know a lot of people like doing stereo guitars in this sort of vibe, but I don't know. I prefer just two different guitar parts on either side. I don't know. That's just me. It's quicker. It's easier. I kind of conceptualize it more in that way. And maybe I've just never really played a stereo guitar. So I don't know. It's foreign to me, so I just don't reach for it. Maybe I should. Let me know. And then we got some keys, some strings, some piano, some Rhodes, and some organ. And that's the whole track. It's a band. It's drums, bass, two guitars, some keyboards. And again, I'm sort of reaching for sounds that are of that time, that like in the reference tracks, that was kind of the sound. It was like a piano blended with a Rhodes. And then at the end, you know, to give it lift, there's some organ and some strings. Let's listen to the end there. I think, look, some tambourine comes in as well. Give it that little lift right at the end. It's weeding out. Okay, that's it. So yeah, you can tell what works. It opened with that single guitar, and you know, we know what's happening. We know the vibe. We know what we're in for. And it's kind of like this build, layering, opening into a big sort of like victorious, yes, we did it, everybody. Yeah, it's like a journey, a gradual build journey. Oh, the middle is a bit of a breakdown. Let's listen to what that is. Yeah, again, it's just kind of the B section of the song. Takes you somewhere else for a second, and then it makes it more impactful when you come back to that chorus. Anyway, that's the track. I hope you find that helpful. It's working for me, and good luck with your own musical journeys. Let me know if you have any questions. Much love. Bye bye.